In example 3, we are going to construct a 95% confidence interval. So that gives us our C value for the mean number of hours spent on required athletic activities by all of the student athletes in the conference. And we're using this with the data from example 1. So to construct that confidence interval, we need the left endpoint and we need the right endpoint. So the left endpoint we get from taking x bar, the sample mean, and subtracting the error E. We saw that the same formula for the left endpoint up here, moving to the left from the sample mean. And the right endpoint we will get by taking x bar and adding the margin of error. And we're, again, doing this with the data in example 1. So I'm going to go up to example 1, and in example 1, we did calculate that x bar was equal to 21.1. Back in example 1, we found that x bar was 21.1. So I'm going to go put in 21.1 for x bar, and then we'll talk about finding E. Minus 21.1. Now, what we did in example 2 is we used the data from example 1 to find the margin of error. So we already found the E value for a 95% confidence interval using the data from example 1, and E is equal to 0.7. So I'm going to subtract 0.7, and I'm also going to add 0.7, which is going to get me to 20.4 and 21.8. So now on my number line, I'm going to make a number line where I say this is 21, this is 22, 23, there's 20, there's 19. I'm just placing some numbers on there. Our left endpoint 20.4 is about right here. And our right endpoint 21.8 is about right here. And so our confidence interval is everything in between there. And so we are saying, I'm going to move those up here, 20.4 and 21.8. So what we are saying then is that we are estimating that the population mean, not just the sample mean, but the population mean for the number of hours spent on these athletic activities is bigger than 20.4, but smaller than 21.8, somewhere in between those two numbers. And then as an interpretation, what we will say is we will start off with our confidence level. We know that we are 95% confident. So with that confidence level, we can say that the population mean number of hours spent on required athletic activities is between 20.4 and 21.8 hours. That is our interpretation of that confidence interval. So now you're going to do a very similar problem, but this time you're going to be using the data from the first try it. So if you, which hopefully you did, because this does count as a participation grade. Yeah, so with the second set of data that was given with the new sample, you should have found this X bar there. And you should also have that margin of error already because that was from the second try it. So you should have both the pieces that you need to form this confidence interval right here to find the left endpoint and the right endpoint. The lower bound, the left endpoint, or you could say it's the lower bound of the confidence interval, and the right endpoint, or you could say that that's the upper bound of the confidence interval.